A judge has ruled a Laval woman is not guilty of killing her two daughters. The decision is the latest in a long and winding saga dating back more than a decade. The CBC's Alison Northcott is in Montreal with the details.
Well, when the judge finished reading her decision in court today, Adele Sorella, the accused, let out a sigh of relief and hugged some of the supporters who were here with her in the courtroom today when she learned that she was acquitted in the deaths of her two daughters, 8-year-old Sabrina and 9-year-old Amanda. The Crown's evidence, the judge said, just didn't meet that high bar of proving beyond a reasonable doubt that Adele Sorella committed the crime. Her daughters were found dead in their home in Laval in 2009. They were lying next to each other side by side, wearing their school uniforms. There were no marks of violence on their bodies. During the trial, the expert testimony said that the most plausible cause of death was asphyxiation in a hyperbaric chamber that the family had in their home that was used to treat the juvenile arthritis of one of the daughters. And when the daughters were found dead, Adele Sorella was nowhere to be found. Police later found her after she crashed her car into a utility pole, and that's when she was arrested. This is her third trial for these deaths. Her first trial in 2013, she was convicted of first-degree murder in the deaths. That was overturned, and a second trial was ordered. In that trial, she was convicted a second time of second-degree murder, but again, on appeal, that was overturned, and that brought us to today, to the end of her third trial, where she has now been acquitted in those deaths.
And can you tell us more about the judge's decision?
Well, the judge said that the Crown's case relied purely on circumstantial evidence, and that the argument that Adele Sorella was the only person who could have committed the crime, she said just didn't meet the bar of beyond a reasonable doubt. It left some questions in her mind. She said that she pointed out the fact that Adele Sorella had been married to Giuseppe DeVito, and he had ties to organized crime in Montreal, and at the time of the deaths, he was on the run from police. He later was arrested, and he died in prison of cyanide poisoning. So the Crown spoke briefly today. They said they didn't want to go into too much detail because they need to read through the judgment. It was a lengthy decision that the judge delivered today. They still need to go through it, but here's a little bit of what they had to say after the court hearing today.
Our thoughts are going to Sabrina and Amanda that died almost 15 years ago, and all the people that were implicated both in the investigation, but all the people that were touched by the two young girls when they were discovered, and all the proceedings for the last 15 years.
So neither Sorella nor her lawyer stopped to speak with the media to comment at all after the hearing today. Some of her supporters left with big smiles on their faces, obviously a sense of relief after this long legal process that's been nearly 15 years.
The CBC's Alison Northcott in Montreal.